for Scite, and I want to talk about Scite Collections and how you can use them as these centralized containers for all of your research context that you can then use across any of your sessions and workflows across a broad range of AI tools. So I'm here in the Scite MCP dashboard, which shows me some information about what clients I have connected, my subscription usage information, and how I'm using the tool. I'm going to go over to ChatGPT here, and we're going to say @Scite, which is what we would use to call the plugin, which is what ChatGPT refers to for the MCPs. And I'm going to say find the 5 most supported papers on peanut allergies. Now this is going to search, it's going to find the supported papers based off of our Smart Citations that tell you not just that a citation occurred with a number count, but also how it occurred. Was it supporting the finding? Was it contrasting the finding? Or was it just mentioning it? All right, so you can see that it came back with Scite supporting Smart Citation count for each of these 5 different papers. You can see direct links to those papers, including the author, journal information, and you can see the counts on supporting and contrasting, which is really important, high quality signals that you can use inside of your AI tools. Now, what I want to do is ask this to take these papers and put it into a Scite collection. Okay, so what's going to happen here is it's going to take those papers, which map to 5 DOIs, and it's going to put those into a collection. I didn't tell it what title or description to use, so it's just going to use whatever it thinks. It used most supported peanut allergy papers, and it's going to put all of those papers that are matched inside of the Scite system into that collection. Now what we're going to do is go over to Claude, which is a completely different AI tool, and we're going to pick up on that research. Since we created the collection in ChatGPT, it's stored within Scite and it's holding all of that rich citation context. So we're going to start a new session from that collection. So I've asked Claude to grab this specific collection that we just created and tell me the Smart Citation breakdown of all of those papers. So it's going to pull from the exact data that we just saved in an entirely different session so that we can continue our research. Great, so now we can see that Claude came back with the collection here, 5 papers. It's ranking it by supporting Smart Citations, and it's showing the years, the totals, and the breakdown of those Smart Citations, which is excellent. So now maybe what we want to do here is do something that's really good inside of Claude, which is creating some HTML artifacts, taking these papers and turning it into something visual so we can look at it, maybe share it with a colleague, and that's what we're going to do now. All right, so this is now running. It's going to build that HTML artifact. In the first lookup, I used Sonnet, which is a mid-tier model from Claude that was really only needed to find those papers because they're already there. It's just pulling that structured data back. We don't need a high thinking or reasoning model. But for this, I pulled in Opus 5 to use a more high thinking model to build out this particular data. And this is going to even pull in some skills that I have built inside of Claude for some branded HTML pages. All right, now we can see that Claude generated this HTML artifact with the most supported peanut allergy papers. The skill that I have includes light and dark mode branded versions. You can specify whatever design you want, but this is now representing that data in a really unique and visual way. I can see the total Smart Citations, the number that are supporting, mentioning, contrasting, and any that are unclassified. And it has a nice ranked list based off of those different classifications that you can see. You can see the direct DOIs, the real verified literature for all of this. And you can even see some additional things it did around the supporting share of total citations with some notes about how this is rendered. And if I go back to the Scite page, I can see the MCP. And if I click on collections now, we can see that we have a new collection called Most Supported Peanut Allergy Papers. So this is what was created inside of ChatGPT, then used inside of Claude. And then I can come over to Scite, and if I want to ask questions about these papers, continue my research with some suggestions, or look directly at any of these papers, remove them, add more additional ones. I can even set an alert here so that I can get emails and in-app notifications when new citations are made to this collection. And you can take this exact same artifact and carry it forward and add more data to it across the range of tools so that the context is always there with you.